A French artist by the name of Edgar Degas once wrote, "Art is not what you make, art is what you make people see." Welcome to Toronto Buzz. I'm your host Khalid Mahmood Atta, and another presentation of TAG TV's program. Today we have another cast of beautiful guests, artists, as you may have imagined. First, I welcome to the show a very profound painter. She does paint, and she paints in oil. And welcome to the show, Ms. Agata Wisniewski.
Thank you very much, and it's a pleasure to be here.
And with Agata is a famous Pakistani brand, Ambreen Azhar, and she is a fashion designer, and she's been catering to international markets now. She's opening up to the international markets. I congratulate you and welcome you to the show.
Thank you for
Ambreen.
having me. Thank you.
So Agata,
Yes,
this is your piece of work.
that is correct. That happens to be my latest.
Sure.
Yes.
Now, art is this piece of work. Let's talk about this particular piece
Sure.
of work. Is there a title to it, and why this piece of work? What
Why?
inspired you to make this?
The name of it is called Terra, and then I chose the name because it also refers to Mother Earth. So we live on this globe, and I have a profound love and connection with Mother Earth. I choose horses because I find them to be beautiful spirits and beautiful bodies.
Sure.
I do connect with them, and I try to portray their soul that shines through them.
Now, have you ever bred horses? Is that what inspires you, or is it just the visionary art where you just see by and get inspired by just visuals?
No, I have not had the chance to own a farm that has horses on it. I am a horseback rider together with my daughter. It's our passion as well. And we do, or I do, have a lot of connection with horses physically. I do a lot of horse portraits. I'm around horses, which allows me to take photos of them and meet them personally and connect with them.
Sure. Now, art has various forms, and now we have another artist. She's a fashion designer, and Ambreen, is your designs more artistic, or is it more casual, or how do you define it? Is it a lot of artwork that is required in your work?
Yes, actually designers, they create their vision. What reflect to them, you never know. Sometimes you just walk around to some artistic place, like you see the paintings and stuff, you like something and motivate you to design that way, design that collection.
Sure.
So it's not something based that you just, sometimes you follow the trend, but it's not basically based totally on following the trends. You have to put your vision in there, you have to create something.
So it is a creative art then, your fashion design. And talking about your particular work, like where do you place yourself in terms of fashion? What is your forte? What is your expertise?
I have learned fashion designing from RCC, and before joining the school I was very happy. I'm still happy, but I was fascinating, like, oh my gosh, fashion is cool. I'm dressing up every day, and you know, it's fashion vision is kind of very glamorous.
Sure.
But when I went, it was totally not glamorous. We were like, we had no time to take to get carry, like it's really hard work.
It's a lot of work.
A lot of hard work. But what I love to design is party wear. I love evening gowns. I love Lebanese. I'm very inspirational, like with Arabic and Middle Eastern look in my clothes.
Yes.
So I like to work with beads and different combinations and to create something very fancy and glamorous.
Sure. Now I know you're from Pakistan, and you've been doing your work from way back home, and there's a certain style of clothing that is worn in our countries. When you come to the Western countries, and obviously you get influenced by the Western culture also, they have their own way of designing certain clothing. So did you incorporate that into your fashion, or you stuck to your own original trends?
No, nowadays things are very blended.
Okay.
Yeah, people have different, like they're accepting all kind of fashion trends. Like you see now, Dolce & Gabbana or the Gucci, they have the abaya lines now. They are also taking care of globally, the fashion is now relating everyone. So it's not something you really have to focus on your culture. You have to, but on certain ways you can really blend different kind of.
So have you blended in your work? Have you done some Western work?
Yes.
Okay.
That's I told you, I love Lebanese design, but
That's
again,
awesome.
I am Pakistani, so I have to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
And then you see the cuts of the Western. I love the cuts because
Sure.
the way they come on your body when you wear them.
Yeah.
So it's all blended, but it's
Sure.
all good.
Yeah. How about you, Agatha? Blending is your trend as well, or you
I do a
stick
lot
to your
of them.
subjects?
Actually, I have the various subjects.
Mm-hmm.
I do horses, which this exemplifies right here. I also do flowers,
Okay.
which to me, what fascinates me is the light that shines through. So a lot of my flowers have a lot of light shining through the petals.
Nice.
And I also do a like spiritual type of topic,
Yes.
subject matter, that I basically show a human form and the soul that shines through them, basically. And so that's what inspires me when I do those is a meditation and soul searching, the awakening process that we go through.
Sure.
And basically that's my inspiration.
Great. Now I know that this work hasn't come easy. It looks like it has a lot of inspiration. Inspiration is one, but a lot of technique and art knowledge and experience has come into this form of a final product, right? Now, how much of an experience does someone like who's new, up and coming, require to get to this level? Like how
I think
much is it?
I think it depends on the individual. For me personally, I do have extensive schooling. I have done a York University visual arts program. I did a double major in psychology. I also finished graphic.
Wow.
I also went to Ryerson for graphic communications after that. So I've done a lot.
Sure.
However, I do believe that sometimes talent could be just pure talent. I've met many artists in my life during different various art shows, and I've seen a variety. I've met a person who does some, he works as a waiter in some kind of restaurant, and his skill is just amazing.
Yeah.
So I truly believe that you can work a skill, but I think it comes down to your true passion and dedication.
Sure.
At some point when you paint enough, it comes naturally and you are able to put your vision on the canvas. It doesn't sort of happen, you actually do it.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about the business. She brought up a very interesting point here, the business of art. Like some people are artists, but they don't come up, they don't expose themselves in a business form, and I'm going to talk to Ambreen about that as well. Right now we're going to take a short break and see some of Agatha's work. Welcome back to the TAG TV presentation of Toronto Buzz, and I hope you enjoyed Agatha's work. Phenomenal, I must say. This is unbelievable. Like how can somebody put pen to a canvas and create
wish I
this?
could
It's
do that.
unbelievable.
I tried. I can do the sketches, but it took me so long to learn.
Yeah.
You know, when I did it, I thought they look so pretty. And after 2 days, when I saw it, like, what is this?
But I think we both are in the similar position where from vision we create
Yes,
something.
yes.
Yes.
And,
So
and,
that's what
and
it
coming
is.
back to the point that Agatha was talking about before, the business of art. Like I know a lot of artists who are core artists, and they don't come up to a level where they want to promote their art. They just want to keep creating and not promoting. And
Or
how
we
im-
don't know how maybe
yes,
sometimes.
yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how important is the business of art, Ambreen?
It is very important for everyone. Sometimes I would say there's a lot of luck also. You know, some people, they have so much talent and they are just there. They don't get the ways out of to show to to the world what the talent they are carrying with them. But some people, they are not really that much talented, but they get focused so easily.
Very true.
And so like at the one glance, and they're out there. So good luck to everybody, I will say.
I agree totally.
How about you, Agata? I mean, like, what brought you into the business of art?
Well, I've been doing it all my life since I was a
Okay.
small child. It's been
Yeah.
with me. It's been my passion, and it's been my true love. So it kept on going throughout my life in waves. Sometimes when I had kids or I had jobs, I did it less, and then at some point I went full out and just decided to go full time and just do it. And
Yes.
and that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, and when you create something, like at the back of the mind, is it the dollar comes in your head or no?
No, because I, for me, believe that the art should be for the sake of it. If I have the dollar in mind, the work lacks, I find. I
Okay.
think it has to be pure, and the beauty truly shines.
Sure.
And yeah, that's what I believe in.
Sure.
I mean, you do get the, money for your work. It's, you have to pay your bills, so there has to be balance. But I don't concentrate on the dollar first. I concentrate on the work first.
Sure.
Yes.
And you do retakes and retakes as well, or it's just that now you're such an expert that once the canvas is set, you have to come out with a final product?
Because of the style of my art is realism, as you can see, there is a very little room for mistakes or retouching. I don't. I used to maybe some time ago, but at this point I have to have my composition perfect, and the composition creation sometimes takes me a lot longer, and that's the time that people don't see, taking photos, doing the composition before painting. It has to be exact, and then I'm completely satisfied with it. I go and paint.
Sure. And Ambreen, yourself, you have a team who does the creative stuff, or is
Yes.
it just you, or you just give them the idea? How does it work?
It's not a one-person job actually. With my thing is you have to, we need a lot of people to work together, and I have a team, but I would just come like sometimes I'm laying in the bed and I just think, okay, this thing pop into my head. I like something passing by, and I just want to create something. I can just have a little sketch of that, and then later on in the morning when people are working and everything is in a schedule, so then I contact them. Okay, this is in my head, this I want to do, and then we coordinate from there, go from there.
Okay.
Because then we have like fabric, and then a lot of work.
It is involved.
Yeah,
huh?
there's a lot of work. You have to cut and draft, and then the whole story.
So you are basically taking care of the whole production. You take care of
Yes,
the
yeah.
design concepts. They create the designs and then you approve them, or
no,
is
it's
it you create it?
collection-wise.
Okay.
I design usually collection-wise.
Okay.
Like if it's a bridal season, my collection is totally different, and then I see like some I don't want to make the things that other designers are doing, so I just focus to create something new for my brides or for my clients.
Yeah, and
So
there's a lot of new stuff that you've recently created, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take another small little break and go and watch some of Ambreen's work and see how she is done. Welcome back to TAG TV's presentation of Toronto Buzz, and once again thank you Ambreen and thank you Agata for being part of the show.
Thank you.
Wonderful work, Ambreen. I mean, it's
Thank
fascinating, like
It
the versatility that you have in your work. It's amazing, and you
you.
should be commended and appreciated for that.
Yeah.
How does it work with the family life now that you're an international brand? I know you're in Qatar, you're in Dubai, you're in Karachi, you're in Islamabad, you're
Yeah.
in Toronto and Mississauga. Like, how does it work? Suit with your
Oh.
family? How does it work?
Oh my God.
The flying industry makes money on you.
You're collecting a lot of points, I guess, air miles.
Air miles. Yeah, I fly too much. Usually people they ask me, "Are you owning a plane?" I was like, "Just pray for it, very soon, inshallah." But the thing is, family, I try to give my best to the family as well. Whenever I'm off the work, I want to take them out and to spend more time with them. But when I was in the school and I got pregnant with my third baby, and I was on the ramp after like 40 days, I was shaking literally.
Oh my God, okay.
Because I was like, what I'm doing right now? Because so many, so much effort in the backstage. It's not easy to do a fashion show.
Yeah.
But I think my family, they've cooperated with me so well. From
They support you, which is
they supported
yeah.
me really all the way along. That's why I'm still like doing so much now. I'm expanding my work a lot now.
Yes.
So I have a good support from my family.
Sure. So what's the focus in the next year or so? Where is Ambreen Azhar brand going? Which direction? What's your favorite?
A lot of things coming up now.
So can you tell us
I'm
a
very
little bit about that?
about my
Yeah.
work because my jewelry line is coming now.
Really?
Yeah, it's almost. I have received all the pieces I ordered and everything is perfect. I just need to finish some pending work first because whenever I launch something, I launch it fully focused. Not something just do it in a rush. So I'm not doing Mississauga Fashion Week. It's happening on 6th of August in Mississauga. So I'm having event because last night I was there for the fittings. So I finished fittings like late, and then in the morning I got up and I have to do something with the kids, and then I'm here. So
Sure.
then I'll be
Lot of
doing
work.
something a lot. Yes,
Yes.
everything. So especially after Mississauga Fashion Week, I will launch my collection, and then there is I'm designing some costume for the movies, for,
Nice.
for the
Cool.
cinema. Yeah. So that is also in the hand going on.
A lot
Lot
happening.
of
Lot of work.
yeah.
That's great. Actually, transitioning from traditional designer
Yeah.
into different lines of designs
I love
is
to do
is
that.
actually a success story. I would say that that shows that you are successful and
Thank you.
people are liking your work, and you're getting popular, and now you're expanding. So kudos to you. I mean, it's a lot of work, and you've come a
Thank
long
you.
way.
I think hard work shows off end of the
Yes.
day. You have to be
Yes.
patient. You have to really focus what you're doing,
Sure.
and then slowly and gradually you will pick up your line, whatever you're doing. So
Systematically sometimes. I
yes, you
find,
have to
yeah.
really. Sometimes you have. It seems
Yeah.
like it's not going to happen, but it will happen eventually if you are so focused and
I
positive
agree
about it.
completely. Yeah.
Yes, that you know it will happen. It will
Sooner or
happen.
later. Yes.
Exactly. You just
I
have to
agree.
believe that you will do
Yes,
it.
and it will manifest.
Now,
I do believe.
now Agatha, how about yourself? You are getting into some new concepts also, or you're
Oh,
just going to stick
definitely.
to
Oh no,
your core?
definitely. As I grow and I paint from my soul changes. My journey keeps on going forward, and so therefore everything is forever changing as well. In my art, I have new ideas I'm getting ready to paint, new topics, new wonderful things. I'm in love with the concepts already.
Sure.
And I'm sure I'll be able to deliver on the, on the actual canvas, the
So-
same thing that I see in my.
Sure. So a human being
Yeah.
goes through the various emotions, right? There's an emotion of love. There's emotion of pain. There's emotion of happiness. There's so if you pick a subject like this, like a horse,
Yes.
does that horse reflect a particular mood of yours? Also, the process that you're going through.
Very
So you make
interesting.
sad horses and happy horses. Is that how it works, or?
Actually, it's interesting because usually, for me it works in different ways. But let's, for example, if I do a horse portrait specifically, I do meet the horse, and I
Oh, yeah.
sort of pick up on the energy that emanates from the horse, and I take lots of photos. Then I pick the right one, and I create the concept around it, and I want the horse to emanate its being from the inside out, so you can feel this is the horse. It's similar with people's portraits. When you see a good portrait, you have the sense of that person from the inside out, not just physical
The
look,
vibes,
Yeah.
yeah.
but the vibe, the energy. That's what I'm trying usually to get out. And as you pointed out, and quite rightly so, is for art, you come up with a sense of feeling that you want to portray, and some sort of vibration, and then you attach, or you kind of create the visual around it.
Yeah.
So sometimes when I do horses, which are not necessarily portraits for people, but I just do them out of my own sense of fulfillment, yes, like you said, it reflects
Your emotion.
your emotion, yeah.
Great. Now, any events coming up that you want to talk about?
I will be having a big art show in Guelph University, Hamburg
nice.
Division in end of October. There is a big one in February that is happening in Toronto. That is one of the biggest ones in the city. The artist, there is going to be about 250 different artists, and the spaces are very large. Last year, I believe we had close to like 14,000 people visit throughout the weekend. So, yeah, we get a
Nice.
lot of exposure from that.
Sure.
Yes.
Now, my thing has always been, because I am a representative of the East. I try to engage myself into Western styles, and in both as a visual visual art, as well as actual products as well, right? So I wanted to create a concept where I would fuse some of this stuff. So hopefully we will work together in a event concept where we can fuse your art pieces into an event and
That would be
merge
quite
the
interesting.
Eastern and Western
Yeah.
theologies behind it
Definitely, yeah.
together, right?
Yes.
How about yourself, Ambreen? Any events coming up that you want to mention?
Yeah, the first event is I told you, like Misaka Fashion Week is just few
Days away. Yeah.
now. So after that, I have some shoot for the movie. So I'm providing the costume for that. So
Right.
I might extend. I don't know.
Sure, you're staying.
There are few more events, but my thing is I travel too much, so I have to. My dates clash most of the times. When they ask me for this is the show you have to do, and then I'm doing something else on that date already.
Yeah.
So this is, but then I'll be traveling again because I have to go, and I'm working on my Arabic line. So that's why I have to travel and I have to look after that production
Sure.
and how the whole line.
Right.
And after that, I'll be traveling again for September. I have different things lined up for the TV shows and stuff.
Right. Right.
So
And you're very popular. You're very in the Pakistani market. You are very well known as well. I've seen you on the main like Hum TV, other mainstream TV
Mainstream
channels
yes.
have invited you,
Yeah.
and they've done your shows like that. That's incredible. Like that's
Yeah,
unbelievable.
Thank you. Yeah, hard work.
Yeah.
But I've been doing this for many years now. So I have worked internationally a lot of times.
Right. Awesome. So any message to the upcoming designer that is looking up to Ambreen Azhar brand and Ambreen Azhar as a
Yeah.
person?
I would say designing is just a passion. You have to be passionate about it, and you have to be focused. Don't lose it. Keep it coming.
Yeah.
Be patient. Try to create new designs. People will really appreciate it someday, and you will be out there shining. It will happen. It happens.
Great, a great message. And how about yourself, Agata? Any
I
message to the upcoming artists?
I would very similar, meaning keep your passion going, stay true to your heart, don't give up.
Yeah.
There is always a solution if you want to find one, and just don't give up and keep working. Basically, yeah.
Great, a great message again. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Ambreen. Thank you, Agata, for
Thank
being
you.
part of this show. And with this, we wrap up this presentation of TAG TV's Toronto Buzz. I'm your host, Khalid Mahmood Atta. Until next time, stay tuned.
#1 multicultural channel. This is TAG TV.